Yo, it's Doomwake. How's everybody doing today? We are coming at you with another modern video. Before we continue, thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and let me know in the comments what you thought of the video. So we got a deck list here from a 5.0, recent 5.0 modern deck list dump. And, you know, we're playing Lurrus, which in my opinion is the best card in the format, so we should probably be playing it. But maybe a little bit of a different take on Lurrus than what you've seen before. I have played this Prowess shell on the channel. A lot of it is very similar. To go over the deck, it's pretty simple. Just play a bunch of cheap creatures that all work well with other spells, whether it's Prowess, or in Dragon's Rage's Channeler case, Delirium, or in Ragavan's case, just clearing blockers out of the way so you can attack with your busted monkey. And then obviously Abbot also has Prowess. So we're combining a lot of Prowess effects with the Surveil ability on Dragon's Rage Channeler. And what we are pairing those with is very cheap spells in the sense of Mishra's Bauble, literally free. Mutagenic Growth, also literally free. Lightning Bolt, the best one mana red card ever printed. And then Lava Dart, which is maybe not the most high impact spell on the front half, but when you combine it with multiple Prowess creatures and you get 2 Prowess triggers off of your one spell, you can get really big attacks in that way. And then we also have a lot of cards that say draw a card on them. So we have Manamorphose, 3 copies, which is, you know, basically quote-unquote free in the sense that you pay 2 mana, get 2 mana back, draw a card. Really powerful with Prowess creatures, so it's kind of like a free spell. And then we have 4 Light Up the Stage and 3 Reckless Impulse, more ways to exile cards from the top of our deck to keep churning through, keep, you know, generating value, more Prowess triggers, all that good stuff. We have one Assault Strobe here, which is a card that I haven't played in quite some time, but with the uptick in, you know, more quote-unquote degenerate decks like maybe a little bit less Shadow, more Amulet, more Hammer Time, more of like decks that you really need to race, Assault Strobe can be pretty potent, especially on a Prowess creature. You can imagine, you know, a 4/5 or 5/6 Monastery Swiftspear, you Assault Strobe that thing, and that might just be lethal in one attack. So definitely kind of cool if the metagame shift towards more racing and more linear, you know, combo-ish decks, if you know what I mean. And then the mana base here, pretty straightforward. We got a couple Blood Crypts, couple Blackcleave Cliffs to support our Lurrus and our black sideboard cards, fetch lands, shock lands, and one Sunbaked Canyon to round everything out. So that is the main deck. Sideboard here, again, let's go over the Black Splash. So this list has 2 copies of Murderous Cut, which is an interesting one, and one that I'm not 100% sold on because of the non-bow with Dragon's Rage Channeler. You obviously fill your graveyard up pretty quickly with Bauble, fetch lands, lava darts, mutagenic growths, all this kind of stuff, like the cantrips. But the issue is you're not always flush on enough to delve for a cut and keep Delirium. So maybe that should be better served as like a Terminator or a Doomblade type effect, even though this costs 1 mana. That's up for debate. 2 copies of Thoughtseize, which, going back to what we were talking about with the Assault Strobe in the main deck, as the metagame moves more towards linear decks like Tron, Belcher, all those kinds of things, Thoughtseize gets a lot better. So definitely a good time to be playing Thoughtseize in the metagame. Smash the Smithereens and Shattering Spree, these are here for the Hammer Time matchup, which I think is not too bad, although I will say the versions that I've played previously that have had Prismatic Ending are certainly a lot better against Hammer Time, so you do lose an edge there when you cut Prismatic Ending. We got Molten Rain for big mana, Amulet and Tron. We got Gutshot for the opposing Ragavan decks, very, very powerful effect as a one-of. You don't have to play a ton of copies, but just having access to 1 or 2 copies of Gutshot, when you're on the draw, and your opponent Ragavans you, and you get to kill their Ragavan for 0 mana, it's kind of like cheating. 2 Engineered Explosives, mostly here for Rhinos, but they're also good against Hammer Time, those kinds of things. And then rounding out with a Spellbomb and a Lantern. We're choosing to split instead of playing 2 Lanterns. I'm not sure I like that because the Living Index do have Lane Line of Sanctity, so it might not be worth doing the split. It might just be better to play 2 Lantern, but you know, we're choosing to go with the split for Pithing Needle, but I think maybe Lane Line comes up more than Needle does, so something to think about. That's the deck. We're going to play some Prowess today, and I'm super excited because I've been playing Prowess for quite a long time, and I really enjoy this deck, so I think you guys are going to like it too. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. All right, everybody, we are here for round number 1. It's time to play some Rakdos Prowess. This deck is sweet, and I'm really excited about this league. Love me some Prowess. This isn't maybe as mid-rangey or, you know, controlling as like recent Rakdos Prowess builds that I've played. This hand's good, by the way. We got 2 Ragavans, but typically, especially when you're on the play with your first Ragavan, it's almost certainly going to die, which means that having a backup one is pretty good because they're almost certainly going to kill this one. But yeah, I remember back in the day, used to play, like when Lurrus first came out, I played a ton of Rakdos Prowess. It was way more of like a mid-range type controlling deck. This deck is a little bit more aggressive than some of those decks, but I'll leave up the black mana, just give them less information. Now, if they dash their own Ragavan, we can block, still have a third one. You know, drawing a third one, maybe not as good, but it looks like this one's dying, which is fine. Question is, do I want to Abbot and try and hit a land? Could also Impulse. I think I'm just going to Impulse into a land. It makes it more likely I can hit a land off of it. Cool. Now I can play the Channeler, and then I can dash the Ragavan next turn. Can also potentially Manamorphose to try and get some Surveil triggers. So our opponent's playing an Esper deck. Not really sure what that is. Oh my goodness. Our opponent has just cast a Bitter Blossom in 2022. Okay, so let's start with Think Dash Ragavan. And we'll go from there. I think I'm going to play the Abbot off of the Treasure. Oh, new plan. Oh my god, that was a beating. New plan. Well, you know, opponent cast 2 Prismatic Endings. I hit a third one off of my Ragavan. Seems pretty good. Alright, I'm going to lead on Abbot. Good chance they have some kind of counter spell here. This might just get countered. If it does, I'll just cast the Ragavan. I want to use all my mana. The thing about this deck is you want to be as mana efficient as possible. Could have also played Manamorphose first to maybe make it more likely I hit my land drop. So I could have maybe dashed the Ragavan there. I don't know, that's pretty close. Could have also Impulse. The problem with Impulse into land Abbot is I'm not getting a land off of the Abbot. So do I even want to pre-combat a spell? In case... If I pre-combat the Impulse, it makes it more likely they're going to counter it, which means if they like counter the Impulse and have Snapcaster Mage, they can't play it. So I think I'll actually pre-combat the Impulse for that reason. Okay. Mutagenic Growth, not the best. Not the best. Feeling they have like maybe Snap Push here, or just Push. Okay. They have 3 cards. I'm going to crack this for a basic. I'm going to Manamorphose for double red. There's no black cards in the main deck. That costs 3 mana. I could Lava Dart them. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go Lava Dart, light up the stage. I really want to dig to try to find a haste creature so I can actually use this Mutagenic Growth next turn. There we go. Cool. So now I can go Swiftspear, land, Mutagenic, maybe pick up Lurrus. I might just counter the Swiftspear, but... Play the Swiftspear, see what they do. They're also at 10, so they're not too far off of dying. Are they going to counter the Swiftspear? My goodness, they have Cryptic Command. Okay, I would like to cast the Mutagenic Growth, just trying to think if I want to fetch first. I think I do, because I don't want to mess up my scry. And should I get a Blood Crypt? I want to pick up Lurrus this turn, is what I'm saying. I definitely should have got a Blood Crypt, though. So I had black mana for Lurrus. That was bad. That was very bad. I don't mind drawing the creature. Creature's still pretty good. Definitely should have got a Blood Crypt, though. That was a big mistake. Alright, we'll cast the Swiftspear, because now I just can't play the Lurrus. It's super awkward. Go to combat. They might tap draw here if they have another Cryptic Command. No. Alright, attack you. Lightning bolt you. See if they want to counter this. They might, like, bounce the Swiftspear or something. Not sure. Top that. Because I would like to be able to play Lurrus. 3, 4, 5. So we're going to start with Lava Dart. Because this is lethal, and then I can maybe resolve the growth if they tap mana. Alright, lethal damage. What do you have? Blue. What are we doing? Blue, blue. Snapcaster Mage after blocks. Okay. Targeting push. I assume the Swiftspear is getting pushed. I think I'm probably just going to cast the growth anyways. Because it puts them to 1. Oh. Okay. Well, never mind. Alright, take 6. Okay. Well, didn't get a Blood Crypt, but also didn't get punished for it. Alright, Confidant's good. Thoughtseize is probably good. I'm not... It's weird, I'm not usually a fan of Thoughtseize and Lurrus mirrors, but they seem way more controlling, so I think it might be good. The removal spells are kind of bad. I mean, their mana base look not great. We could bring in Molten Rain. Smash, Spree, Gut Shot. I don't think they're a Ragavan deck. Explosives, no. Probably Lantern, probably Spellbomb. I'm going to cut the kind of, I guess, I'm not going to call it nonsense, but this was mostly for when you're like purely racing, and this is much more of an interactive matchup. We're not going to be just this isn't really a pure race. These games are going to go pretty long. Do I actually want these Thoughtseizes? Probably over a couple darts, actually. Dart, kind of in the same vein as Growth and Assault Strobe. Dart is really good when you're racing, because it's better in your nut draws with your prowess creatures, but it's not quite as good when you're not racing and your opponent doesn't have 1 toughness creatures, so I think we'll go with this. I think I like the way this looks. He did cast Mutagenic Growth for lethal that game and then boarded it out, but, you know. That's what you gotta do. You gotta put the thought into their mind that you have the growth, and then you just don't have it. They gotta play around it, but you don't actually have it. Alright, here's my cat. This hand is a little sketchy. It's got a lot of 2-mana cards and not a lot of lands. I think I'm going to take a mulligan. Okay, this is better. Not a lot better, but definitely better. Definitely don't need land 4. I'm going to curve, I think, Channeler into Bob. Let's play Channeler first. Might be better to play the Soul-Scar first, because the Surveil is probably more important to, like, down the road if I eventually find a 1-mana spell to play in the same turn, then it might be more relevant to, I should have bobbled myself there. It might be more relevant to wait to get the Surveil trigger and bobble as well, so. Yeah, probably should have waited. I probably should have played this first. Alright, I don't really mind if they want to sack their Strand, because, okay, never mind. So they're drawing Watery Grave. Typically with Bauble, you want to do it on their upkeep if they have a fetch land in play. But looks like an ending, sure. They're not cracking the fetch, though. Very, very interesting. Okay, now I can go Channeler. I would like to draw that. So in that case, I'm going to play Soul-Scar Mage. No, that was bad. I should have played the Mire because I could have bobbled myself after drawing the Light Up the Stage. So yeah, I should have played the Mire there. They have a Consider. Oh, no, because it was a delayed trigger, right. I was thinking that I was drawing the Bauble after putting, or drawing the Light Up the Stage after putting it on top, but it was the Channeler trigger. So no, this was right. Am I going to kill Channeler? Yeah, makes sense. Think I'm gonna pre-combat the light up the stage for Prowess. And now I'm just gonna go attack for 2, play Soul-Scar Mage, then I can play both of these next turn. Wonder if they're gonna chump block. I was gonna say, I don't think they will. Get the Blood Crypt for Lurrus purposes. I do want to play the Soul-Scar because I can dash Ragavan next turn. It's also a lot better if I find a removal spell, because I'm not exposing this Ragavan to a prismatic ending. And then I can go, like, kill this, dash Ragavan, attack with everything, light up the stage. And that's, like, that's a pretty backbreaking turn. So they play Consider. I think they bend. Yeah, they bend Charm. Perfect. I'm going to try and bait a counterspell with the Ragavan dash. Okay. Well, I guess I could just bolt them and play Light Up the Stage pre-combat, which is actually probably better. I think that ends up being better. It's a little bit more damage this way. I mean, I guess not if they chump block, but they're preventing 3 and they took 3 off the bolt, so it kind of ends up being the same thing. Okay, well... It's kind of fine that we traded for the counterspell there, because the Ragavan was a free card off the Blade Up the Stage anyways, so... Esper Charm. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Alright, I'm going to play the Spellbomb pre-combat, draw a card. Trying to find some pre-combat action. I'm just going to thin my deck, because I don't really want to draw more lands. And then if we miss off the Spellbomb, I could just pick up Lurrus. We did miss. I won't tell them I missed pre-combat, though. I assume they're going to push anyways. Seems like a push. No push. Alright. I pick up Lurrus, and it's your turn. Drew a bunch of lands, but kind of okay with that because... You know, we've drawn a good amount of gas too, so double light up the stage and okay. Well, this is awkward. I don't really think I want to expose the Lurrus here until I find another spell. Like maybe if they tap mana in combat, then I'll play the Lurrus post combat, but sacrifice, gain 4. So they're holding up counterspell. The issue is they also showed me Archmage's Charm, so I think this might be the best chance that I get to try to resolve Lurrus, but maybe this is bad. I'm just trying to play around Archmage's Charm. Okay, that's good. Kind of want to play a creature here. Play Ragavan or Soul-Scar? Playing Soul-Scar is better if the Lurrus lives, but I can't really assume that the Lurrus is going to live. So I think it's better to play Ragavan. And then we'll just play a Mountain and pass. We have no fetchable lands left. 2 Blood Crypts, 4 Mountains, so the Foothills is dead. Don't need this upkeep stop anymore. Wow. Did not expect Supreme Verdict from our opponent. Alright. Their deck is interesting. I have enough mana. I'm just going to cast the Light Up the Stage. I want to save the Bolt. Oh, I don't want them to know I have the Bolt yet. Also, it's better if this resolves and I hit a Prowess creature. I can just save the Bolt for next turn for a Prowess trigger. Counter spell. It's fine. Again, just saving the Bolt. Just in case we find a Prowess creature. Draw 2 with Charm. Definitely did not expect Supreme Verdict. I guess they're just like Esper Control, but with Lurrus. Which is weird, because then you can't play Teferi or... Well, either Teferi for that matter, or Jace. So I wonder what their, like, value, you know, big endgame Planeswalker is, because can't play any of those cards. Very, very interesting. Swiftspear. See if that resolves. I'm going to go to combat. I don't need to use the mana. Again, I have enough mana. I'll wait till combat. I'm not going to cast Bolt yet. I'm just going to save it. If they're willing to do nothing, then I'm willing to do nothing. Sure. Control players love their card draw. What we got? Kaya's Guile kicked, huh? Alright. They're at 10. This game is looking kind of dicey. Kinda dicey. Because I shouldn't F6 in case they have Fatal Push. Really need to get this Surveil, so I have to bolt them here. I need to find action. That is definitely not action. Oh, I should have darted them. Okay, I should have darted them again. Forgot that the push was still in the stack. Yeah, because if I had darted them, I would have got one more Surveil. Alright, Lurrus. The thing is, they have nothing to do with Lurrus. Yeah, I can't imagine that Lurrus is worth losing both to Fairy and Jace. You know, to each their own, but kind of dicey. Alright, my opponent has paid 6 mana for a 3-2. Look, I'm not saying that Lurrus is a bad card. I'm just saying it's not the best in their deck. Oh, right, the Bitter Blossom. I see. Got him. Alright, I've seen enough. Let's move on to game number 3. Maybe I want Engineered Explosives for the Bitter Blossom. I don't know, I just don't really care that much about it. We'll just go to game 3 with this. Maybe Molten Rain's better on the play. I don't know. If anything, I would cut Lava Dart, but still don't love Molten Rain. It's like not the best exchange when you trade Molten Rain for a counterspell because you know they're up on mana and the tempo. It's not the best. We'll just go with this. All right, game number 3. Let's see if we can get them when we're on the play. It's a 1-lander, but I got 2 baubles, so I'm gonna keep it. Alright, Bauble you. I got a Drowned Catacombs. Sure. Looks like Ragavan's dying. Ragavan is, in fact, dying. They're drawing Kaya's Guile. So I think I'm just going to play Bob here because we know they have Kaya's Guile. So I want to get some value out of the Bob before they get to kill it with maybe Kaya's Guile or something. Like, they might not have a second ending, or... I'm not sure. But, you know, it's better to get guaranteed that I get to resolve the Bob. If they have a counter spell, this is a lot better. I always have the second ending, though, so... Could Abbot into Ragavan, maybe? Let's go ahead and Abbot first. Okay, that's good. So now we can go Blood Crypt, Soul-Scar Mage. Then we have the Dash Ragavan for next turn. If they Kaya's Guile us, we can just sacrifice this. Not a terrible spot. Alright, they're just passing with the Kaya's Guile up. So I could lead on Reckless Impulse, and then maybe find a land to dash Ragavan. Let's just lead on Impulse and see what happens. Maybe it might have been better to play Ragavan first. Okay. Maybe they're going to Verdict me. But if I play the Spellbomb, they Kaya's Guile, I sacrifice this. Because I kind of want to play the Spellbomb pre-combat to get another Prowess trigger. But I don't want to expose myself to a Verdict. I can just double creature next turn. Maybe this is just a lot worse because they're leaving up Kaya's Guile. So, like, if I don't play into Supreme Verdict, I'm kind of playing into Kaya's Guile, which makes it a little more awkward. Because now they're 100% just going to Guile me. So kind of an awkward spot here. It's like, do I play around the card that I know they have? Do I play around the card that they could have? It's, you know, it's tough. All right, well, they played the Guile, as expected. Good follow-up, though. You know, we have Soul-Scar Mage, Ragavan, so not too bad. All right, drawn Catacombs. End of turn, Dress Down. Okay. I will attack for 2. And then we're going to go consider, sure. I'm going to go play both of these, and I think I'm going to play the Soul-Scar Mage from my hand, because this one was free anyways, so it's like, yeah, if they Wrath me, it stinks, but at the same time... Oh, I could sack the Spellbomb instead. No, let's do this. Because this, it's really only a 2-for-1 because this extra Soul-Scar Mage was a free card off of the Light Up a Stage, so yeah, if they Wrath me, they also don't have a second white source necessarily, so... I think this is good. And then if they don't Wrath me, it's like, almost just game over. Could have Cryptic Command, I guess, but... Alright, let's cast Reckless Impulse first. Maybe this is worse against Cryptic Command. It's tough. Because they can just counter tap. Okay, they didn't counter. Well, I'm going to cast Bauble and then go to combat. They are almost 100% going to Cryptic Command me. Because I think they're extra dead if they don't. So, definitely going to get Cryptic. And then we'll probably just sack the Spellbomb. Oh. They have 3 cards. Sure, that's fine. Still gonna attack. If they block the Abbot, I'll just dart them. And then if they play a spell, I can flashback the dart. I mean, the dart is face up, so... pass priority? Yeah, I'll pass priority. Alright, they're at 6. They're at 6. We have a dart in the graveyard, a dart in hand, a redraw off the Bauble, and a Ragavan, so... Feeling pretty good about this one. I'm going to Bauble them on their upkeep. Oh my! Spell Stutter Sprite in 2022. You love to see it. It all kind of makes sense now. It's all kind of, it's all, you know, coming together. The wheels are clicking. The wheels are a-clicking. I can afford to run out this Ragavan pre-combat. Guess I'll Manamorphose first. Because I can go Manamorphose into Ragavan. If they basically have to have Cryptic or they're dead. Because if they Spell Stutter me, I can just dart the Spell Stutter with the trigger on the stack. Let's go... Flashback. No, I kind of want to just cast the one from hand, I think. Maybe doing all this pre-combat's kind of spewy if they have Cryptic, but... I want to cast Light Up the Stage. Because they... I don't know if they want to counter the Light Up the Stage. They obviously have to cast Cryptic here, but... So, play a Mountain... I'm going to pre-combat the Light Up the Stage. I kind of don't want to expose the Channeler necessarily. I mean, this is lethal. I'm just going to go to combat, I think. Although... Yeah, no. This is fine. This is fine. This is lethal. So I'm just going to go to combat. Make them... Okay. So they're dead? Alright, cool. Well, Esper Fairies, I guess. Spellstutter Sprite. I don't know. Some interesting games here, but we're 1-0, and I will see you back here in just a little bit for round number 2. Alright, everybody, round number 2. We are back here. We got some Rakdos Prowess. We are 1-0. And, let's see. I don't know if we're playing against Esper Fairies again, but we're on the draw. It is a one-lander, but we have 2 bolts, a Swiftspear, and a Ragavan on the draw. I think I'm fine keeping this hand. Definitely would not fault you for mulliganing, but I tend to value these hands pretty highly, especially with 4 castable spells. Any land makes this hand incredible. Could be a Wrenn and 6 deck. I think I'm still going to lead on Ragavan. It's just higher upside. Maybe this is bad. Maybe it's better to lead on Swiftspear into, like, Manamorphose dash Ragavan. But, because this is much worse against Wrenn and 6. Alright, no Wrenn and 6 is good. Icing my Ragavan. So this is Rhinos. Okay. Could really get punished if they have Fury. I think I kind of have to play both Swiftspears here, though. Get some kind of pressure going. I guess it might not necessarily be Rhinos. It could be Temur Reclamation. Oh. Well, that's really good for me. Alright, let's lead on Manamorphose. Maybe I should have Manamorphosed in combat, because I might not hit a land off the Manamorphose. They also could just counter it. Oh. Force, pitch, force, huh? So, if they have Ice Fang, that could be awkward, but I think if they had Ice Fang, they might have main-phased it, like if they're playing a Temur Rec deck. Okay, well, that was a pretty good turn for them. Definitely was a good turn for them. See if they hit their 3rd land drop. Force Negation on Manamorphose is kind of a beating, because most of the time it's just going to be a Time Walk. I think I'm going to cast this Manamorphose. Pretty sure I'm just going to dash Ragavan. I can go dash Ragavan, play land, attack with everything, and then if the Ragavan somehow doesn't connect, I can post-combat play Channeler. So let's go dash Ragavan, and then we'll go ahead and move to combat. Let's see what they do. They might ice this, maybe not. Okay, they're at 14. Is it better to fire off a bolt, or is it better to play Channeler? So it's, if I fire off a bolt, it would be 2, 4, 7, 9, putting them to 5. I think it's better to play Channeler. It's pretty close. I don't really think this game's going to come down to Lurrus, so I'm just going to get a Mountain to preserve my life total a little bit. And if they play Shardless Agent, I'm probably going to upkeep play 1 or multiple of my bolts, because I really want to find Delirium here, because I think they're going to cast either Shardless or Outburst. So I need to get them into a position where they have to chump block these. Also, if I cast if both bolts resolve and this thing flips, then I just have lethal anyways, but still 2 different card types off of that, so it's not likely to happen. I need to find 2 of creature, artifact, or sorcery. Really? Just casting Bone Crusher Giant, huh? Okay, well now I just get to do this. And this should be enough for lethal, yeah, okay. Well, their hand must have been really bad. Did they keep 7 that game? They kept the 2-lander without a Cascade spell. No, they milled to 6, okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay, so against Rhinos, I want Explosives, for sure. I want Thoughtseize, for sure. Not a big fan of the just 1-for-1 removal spells like Murderous Cut. Like, trading 1-for-1 with a Rhino is not the best. Could Molten Rain, but I don't know if that's the best on the draw against Cascade. So I think it's just these 4. I kind of want to keep the Growth Assault Strobe stuff, because I do think this is kind of a race. I think Abbot's a little bit too slow. And I want to keep all the 1-drops. I want to keep the darts, the baubles. Manamorphose is kind of awkward against Force of Negation, as you saw that game. And then maybe I trim one of my 7 draw 2s, because again, games aren't going to last that long. Maybe trim an Impulse. Okay, let's go with this. I think I like this setup. These games are usually incredibly fast-paced, so you don't typically have time for a ton of those cantrip effects like Reckless Impulse and Light Up the Stage, which is why I don't mind trimming them. Turn 1, suspend Footfalls, huh? Alright, I'm going to play the Bauble. I think I'm going to hold on to the Explosives for now. I actually should Bauble main phase, because I have Mutagenic Growth in my deck. So I didn't want to play the Explosives because I wanted to save it. A, I didn't want them to know I had it, and B, I wanted to potentially save it for a second Prowess creature, which I did find. And I baubled main phase because I have Mutagenic Growth in my deck, so if they, you know, if there's a Mutagenic Growth on top and they go for like a main phase stomp, then I can kind of get them that way, maybe. Alright, well, they fired off the fire. Alright, the third Lava Dart is not exactly what we're looking for. So we'll play the Explosives. I think... Just debating if I want to cast the Lava Dart. I don't think I do. Because the problem with casting Lava Dart is if they have like a Fire Ice or something like that, I'm forced to sacrifice the mountain to save the Swiftspear, which I really don't want to do. That was a really good draw. That was an exceptional draw. Okay, we'll see what they do. I mean, I guess they're just going to force the issue on the Explosives, huh? But if they cast Violent Outburst, I could let them block to see if they double block. Okay, so if they double block, are they dead? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, I'll just pop it. Kind of awkward because now I'm tapped out. So this plays into Fury pretty badly. Because now they can just Fury both of my things. Okay, that's good. As long as they don't have Fury. Okay, cool. So we dodged Fury there. I don't know if I sequenced that correctly. I think playing the second Swiftspear was fine. Yeah, so I think the first one was fine. They killed the first one. I think playing the other one was fine. Holding up mana, I think, was right that turn. That turn was a little tough, but anyways, we're 2-0, and I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 3. Alright, guys, it's time for round 3. We're 2-0. Let's keep it going. Kind of the same, not even really that close. Double Impulse, Light Up the Stage on a 1-lander. Opponent kept 7. This hand is significantly worse than the last hand. I think I'm going to ship this one. It's just too clunky. This is more like a 1-lander that I actually like to keep. I'm going to put back the Reckless Impulse. It's a bit risky keeping both Light Up the Stages, but I need to find a second land in order to play the Reckless Impulse anyways. Okay. God. That is the actual worst possible draw in my deck. I guess Reckless Impulse is maybe a worse draw, but yeah, it's not good. On the draw against what is effectively a double amulet draw means we're probably not going to win this game. And they have Grazer, sickening. Now I can't even get my free attack in to turn on Light Up the Stage. This is going to be tough. Now, I guess they have this anyways, but this is going to be tough. Good news is we get to concede pretty early as soon as they put a Primeval Titan on the stack. So I have no attacks, right? Unless I Manamorphose into... Could Manamorphose into a 1-mana burn spell to try and flip Light Up the Stage. Instant sorcery land. Is that worth it? I mean, honestly, it probably is. Because I'm just so likely to be dead next turn. So it's like, kind of have to get the party started here. This is going to look weird, but I'm going to top that. And the reason I'm topping that is because I don't want to have to sacrifice a land to flash it back. So I'd rather just go Lava Dart, Light Up a Stage here. And this might get me Delirium. Instant sorcery land. I can top this and then just cast it off Light Up a Stage. So top this, because then I get to go a little bit deeper. Probably want that. I'm not even sure. Again, I'm probably just dead anyways. I don't think it matters. Probably just dead. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to concede if they play Titan, because they're going to have 2 amulets. Don't really think there's much reason to play out this game with the second amulet. If they have the Titan, of course, which they always do. If you've ever played against Amulet, you know they always have the Titan. Make them put it on the stack. Alright, we are dead. Game 2, we got some Molten Rains. I'm pretty sure Murderous Cut's decent. Kills both Dryad and Primeval Titan. Thoughtseize is not terrible. Smash and or Shattering Spree could be good. It's a lot of cards to bring in. Let's see if we have enough cards to cut. I want to cut most of these, like, kind of value-oriented cards, because that's really not what this matchup is about. This matchup is about pure speed. I really don't know if I actually like Smash or Spree against them. Especially Spree, because the most important artifact to target is Amulet, and if they have Urza Saga, you cannot Spree an Amulet they get off of Urza Saga the turn they get it. At least with Smash you can with the first trigger on the stack, but I think I'm just not a fan of these, and I'm going to trim one Light Up the Stage. We'll just go with this. Play first. Here's our Lurrus. Okay. I think this is an upkeep Lava Dart type of game. He kept 7, which is not fair. Yeah, let me know in the comments section if you ever play against Amulet. You know, you just know. It's one of those things you just know. Well, I kind of wish I had not cast Lava Dart. Am I upkeeping this Mutagenic Growth just to try and find a creature? I think so. It's kind of a spew, but... Instant artifact... The graveyard that I really want to find a 1-drop. There we go. So now I can curve this into Molten Rain, which is pretty good. Especially if they play a bounce land this turn. I don't think they're going to, but... It sucks because I kind of have to kill the Saga. Just because I can't let them get a second... I can't let them get a second amulet. That's what I was trying to say. Graveyard that. So, attack with both. I'm just doing this so I can surveil. Is that one a keeper? 3, 6, 7, 8, they go to 6. Yeah, I think that's a keeper. Because it's going to be worth some good amount of damage next turn. It's possible I was supposed to just play the Lava Dart there to guarantee my extra damage off the Soul-Scar if they like play a blocker for the Soul-Scar next turn. It's possible that might have been wrong. Uh-oh. Well, they're just dead, right? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, they're just dead. Alright, I think we got them. Graveyard. Red. Lava Dart you. Graveyard. Alright, cool. Game 3. Well, we drew a Molten Rain, and that plus pressure was good enough. So, yeah, let's do that again. I think my sideboarding's still going to stay the same. I don't really like Engineered Explosives that much against them because their Urza Sagas are generally not that good, like compared to most other deck sagas. In the sense of they're not making tokens off it, they're just getting amulets. It's just, you know, it's tutor suspend for amulet, basically. They don't usually ever make that many constructs off of it. Thoughtseize Bolt, Bauble lands. It's really hard to keep a hand in this matchup without pressure. I'm gonna go to 6. Well, it's really hard to keep a hand in this matchup without mana. Alright, this is an acceptable 5-card hand. I'm going to keep both creatures, Bauble 2 lands, I think. Keep probably Fetchland Bloodstained Mire, or Fetchland Blood Crypt. Keeping the... Yeah, I'm going to lead on Ragavan, I think. They have Saga Amulet every game. Okay, well, that's why you play Amulet, huh? I'm still going to lead on Ragavan. If they have the 2-drop, it's really bad for me, but I need to go high upside when they have Saga Amulet, I think. Man, kind of tough to open on. I don't know if they mulligan either game, any game either. I think they just kept 7 head Saga Amulet every game. Pretty crazy. And they have the Dryad too. Professional Amulet player. That's how you know. Professional Amulet Titan player. Alright, I'm just going to get a basic. I can't imagine ever Lurrusing. Don't think I want that one. Bobbling before the Thoughtseize to give me more information. Another Saga, huh? Well, kind of wish I had kept the Mutagenic Growth, but without the growth, I don't think I can keep that. Force of Vigor, Engineered Explosives. Well, Force of Vigor literally has no text. So you can have that one. I wonder why they brought in Force. What would they... Maybe they expected Alpine Moon? I don't know. I mean, really awkward they have the Bog. Just have the natural Bog, too. I mean, it's, you know, it's hard for me to complain because they don't have a Titan, but they can also just get a map. Which gets West, which gets Titan. Yep. It's going to be a rough game. Alright, my turn. What is our best draw? Not really that. I think I just have to play the light up stage. Certainly don't want that. Somehow I need to find an answer to the Dryad. Like a Murderous Cut or something. I guess a Lava Dart would do it now. Lava Dart's actually not a bad draw, because I can kill the Dryad, smash with both. Kind of surprised they didn't play the Saga last turn. Because if they had played the Saga last turn... Oh, did they really just draw Titan anyways? Okay. Alright, good beats. Yeah, you know, it's kind of tough to beat a Titan player that has these kinds of draws, so... 2 and 1. I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 4-ish. Alright, I'll see you. Alright, everybody, we're playing against the one and only Aspiring Spike, round number 4. Alright, we are on the play. See what we got here. Channeler, some baubles. I'm good with this. 1 lander, but we got 2 baubles with 2 surveils to try and find land number 2. So I think it's alright. Alright, no companion. He's on 5. Wonder what he's playing. Wonder what he's playing. Alright, Channeler, Bauble. We will top that. So I definitely want a second land. Let's see what he's up to. Oh god. He's playing Interplanar Beacon. Alright, I'm gonna save the other Surveil because I know my top card's good. So we're just gonna chill on this. Interplanar Beacon, huh? Alright, do I want to upkeep Dart the Bird? No, because I can just Manamorphose. Okay, so let's go Scalding Tarn Crack for Blood Crypt. Let's go... I think I'm going to lead on Manamorphose. Bin that. Make red. Swiftspear, Lava Dart the Bird. And we'll go, I think I'm gonna top that actually. Instant land artifacts. I mean, I'd like to find Delirium here. I guess we can just graveyard it. Because I really want to find Delirium. There we go. Take a look at what he's drawn. He's got a Grist the Hunger Tide. Wonder if I want to cast the Mutagenic Growth now. No, I'm going to hold it. We'll just deal him 6. Draw a card off the Bauble. Abbot of Keral Keep, huh? Alright, he's conceded from the game. Alright, he's had enough. Tapped out. So, Molten Rain seems fine. Thoughtseize also seems fine. Dark Confidant. I have to assume he's a 4 Ren and 6 deck, so I probably don't want Bob. I think he's playing like the 5-color Planeswalker deck. I don't think they have much graveyard interaction. I think I like the Strobe Mutagenic. He probably doesn't have that much removal. I think I just want to be a little bit faster and cut this kind of stuff. It sounds kind of weird, but I almost want to bring in an Explosives for 1 to kill Elf and like Utopia Sprawl, but I guess Explosives on 1 is kind of bad for my deck. Could also bring in Gutshot if he has a bunch of birds and Arbor Elves. Actually, that's probably fine. Let's do that. Yeah, I like that. But Molten Rain's really good against Utopia Sprawl, which is why I like it. Alright, here's my Lurrus. I think I am totally fine with this hand. Totally fine with this hand. Utopia Sprawl. Naming black. Alright, let's go ahead and crack this for a Blood Crypt. I'm going to lead on Channeler. Black-green. Black-green, black-green. What do we got? Second Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Okay, no red and 6. That's good. No upkeep effects. So I think what I want to do is go Manamorphose into Swiftspear Channeler and then just try to go Berserk next turn. So let's go Basic Mountain, Manamorphose. Don't really want to draw Ragavan. Make 2 red. Yeah, let's just dump our hand. Attack for 2, and then next turn we can, again, just kind of go absolutely insane with all of our cards. Maybe, unless he has some kind of Wrath. Oath of Nissa. Sure. Reveal a fetch. So black-green floating Karth the Lion. Reveal Liliana of the Veil. Okay, I'm gonna bolt the Karth upkeep. Graveyard, graveyard. I'm gonna dart the Karth upkeep. Just want to try and flip my channelers this turn. Just graveyard that. Kind of looking for another thing to cast. So then I can draw the Swiftspear, crack this for a basic, play the Swiftspear, flashback dart on the Karth, and then graveyard that. Probably graveyard that because likely if there's anything he's going to cast, it's just going to be this turn anyways, so I don't think keeping that's that relevant. I guess you could have, like, Ashiok to exile my graveyard to make the Channeler small. Teferi Time Raveler. Okay, so bounce a Channeler. Yeah. And Liliana Edict. And he's at 8. I think I'm going to sack the Swiftspear. Lightning Bolt. I believe that's lethal. I believe that is lethal. All right, cool. So we got the match. That was a good top deck. Interesting, not really that interesting match. You know, he mulled the 5 game 1. His game 2 hand was not that bad, but our hand was just absurd. And the thing about this deck is they don't have a lot of cheap removals, so they fall behind pretty quickly. So 3-1. That means we got one more round to play. So stay tuned. I'll see you in a bit. All right, here we are, round number 5. We are 3-1, trying to complete the 4-1. We are on the draw against no companion, and as we've seen a lot this league, we have a 1-lander. You know, we're only playing 17 lands, but we have a lot of cantrips, right? We have Baubles, Manamorphoses, so I think the land count at 17 is totally fine, and I think this hand is certainly a key. Opponent's mulling to 3, which means Tron, 100%. If they're not playing Tron, I'd be shocked. So I guess we get to see both ends of the all ends of the spectrum in this league, huh? Urza's Tower. Nope, power plant. I was wrong. Always wrong. Okay, so because I want to cycle the Bauble now to try and hit my second land drop, I'm going to play the Swiftspear this turn, so I can at least get my damage. Because if I lead on Soul-Scar, I still want to cast the Bauble to make sure I hit my second land drop. Or at least, maybe not make sure, but give me a better chance at hitting my second land drop. So that's why it's better to play the Swiftspear there. Alright, they have second Tron piece. Land? That's tough. Soul-Scar Mage. Soul-Scar Mage. Attack for 1. And then if we find a land, we can go... Maybe just play 2 1-drops. Maybe Manamorphose into 2 1-drops. Really gotta find that second land, though. So we know they have a Karn. We don't know their last card. Land, please. Okay, good. 2 1-drops or Manamorphose 2 1-drops. I'm just gonna play 2 1-drops, I think. Try and set up for lethal next turn. Didn't quite have lethal this turn. Let's see. Play this, play this. What I could have done was gone Manamorphose, Bolt, Dart, Dart. But that's only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I would have put them to 2. And I would have been down a land. Maybe that would have been fine. Putting them to 2, down 1 land. Okay, Karn should be fine. If they exile a land, I might upkeep one of the 1-mana spells. I feel like they should exile a land here. Maybe a Prowess creature. Wait, they hit the Channeler? Okay, that's weird. If you're going to exile a creature, I feel like that's the one you want to hit the least, but... Alright, now they're extra dead. So Manamorphose, double red, dart, bolt, flashback. More than enough for lethal. Alright. Opponent has seen the writing on the wall. So we got Thoughtseize, we got Molten Rain. Probably have to have some shatters because Wormcoil Engine, Oblivion Stone, Ensnaring Bridge off of Karn. Although Bridge is not the best against the Prowess creatures. But I have, again, a lot of this stuff that I want to cut. I guess I'm probably not going to cut all of this stuff. Because I still need 3 more cards. Could bring in a Gut Shot just as like a free spell that helps the... It's just like more cheap stuff to help kill faster. And then maybe keep in 2 late up the stages. Yeah, let's go with that. I like that. Again, trimming on some of the slower card advantage type cards, not cutting all of them. This hand is excellent. I'm going to keep. It's 1-drops, good spells, and lands. Definitely can't complain. I think I'm leading on... How do I want to sequence this? The most damage output is Soul-Scar into Swiftspear Thoughtseize. So I think that's where I want to go. Pretty sure that's where I want to go. Just go for highest, just maximum damage output. Try to, you know, make the game last less turns. You usually don't want to play more turns against Tron. Also, notably, if they don't threaten Tron next turn, I don't have to play Thoughtseize. I can just play 2 1-drops. Because I don't really care about what they're playing if they're not setting up Tron here. So I don't need to Thoughtseize them because they don't have access to 7 mana next turn, is what I'm saying. So it kind of makes my hand... It actually unlocks a lot of potential in my hand because of that. So let's go Swiftspear, attack for 2, play Channeler, and then next turn we're probably going to upkeep the Lava Dart. I'm actually going to fetch here because I don't want to draw land. We are close-ish to lethal. Not quite, though. It's showing with just the cards in hand, it would, assuming we hit Delirium, would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is 13 right here. So that means Bolt is lethal. What else is lethal? Second Lava Dart. So Bolt and Lava Dart are both lethal. Manamorphose could find something. Almost didn't have my upkeep stop for a second. Expedition map. All right, upkeep, Lava Dart you. I'm gonna flash it back too. I just want to find Bolt. Okay, auto yield to some triggers. That should be lethal too, right? I think so. Thoughtseize you. Oh, I guess we need Delirium, right? 3, 5, 10, 15, 16. I'm going to be 1 point short, aren't I? Yeah, I'm going to be 1 point short, I think. Sorcery instant land. Unless I hit Delirium off the Lava Dart. Assuming I don't hit Delirium, I think I should probably take all his dust. Because I think that's worst case scenario if they draw Tron land. So let's Lava Dart you. Okay, well we found Delirium, so everything worked out in the end. In the end, it doesn't even matter. Alright, nice little 4-1. We got absolutely decimated by that Amulet player that had Saga Amulet in turn 1 all 3 games. I somehow managed to beat it once, but this deck is sick. You know, I think this is a pretty good way to approach the Prowess shell. This is very similar to the version I was playing with white. Most of the main deck cards are the same. There's like a couple of differences like the Strobe, the Growth, and the Abbots. As opposed to main deck Prismatic Ending. So if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, that's a good way to go. The black sideboard cards, Thoughtseize is really good. I kind of want to play more Thoughtseizes. and potentially maybe less of the, maybe not the gut shot, but overall, I don't know if I like black more than white. I still think I prefer a prismatic ending, but Prowess is dope, and, you know, it's a really good time to be playing, well, I mean, any Lurrus deck, obviously, because Lurrus is Lurrus, but it's a good Lurrus deck, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and I will see you guys in the next one.